In the previous video, I showed you how to add GPS locations from decimal degree format. But there can be instances where we get the data in other formats, such as degree, minutes, seconds, or UTM format. In those situations, we have to convert the coordinate format into decimal degree format before we enter it into the arcmap. To convert the coordinate format, we can use a arcmap tool called convert coordinate notation. We'll search that tool using the search function, and I will add the keyword notation and click on search button. So this is the tool which we want. So I will click on that tool, and in this tool you have to enter the Excel sheet which contains the GPS coordinates. I have already imported the Excel sheet. So these are the coordinate data. So I will enter the data using the drop down arrow and select the Excel sheet. Give the input coordinate system, and we know that it is WGS 1984. And here you have to give the location of the feature class. So in this method, the GPS locations will be directly converted into a feature class. I will save this file inside the geodatabase. The input coordinate system is WGS 1984. I want to keep the same coordinate system. If you want to change the coordinate system, you can do it from here. And here you have to give the input coordinate format. If you click on the drop down arrow, you can see it indicates several formats. To understand the meaning of these codes, you can use the show help button. It gives a description of the codes, and if you go into the tool help, you can see it gives the meaning of the codes. And for example, DD means decimal degrees and DMS means degree, minutes and seconds. So these are the data that we are entering, and this data in DMS format. So I have to select DMS format, and in DMS there are two types, and in our data the longitudes and latitudes are in two separate columns. So I would select DMS2. Here we have to give the X field, and the X field should be the longitude. So I will select DMS longitude, and Y field should be latitudes, and I will select DMS latitude. I have to give the output coordinate format. I want to convert it to decimal degree format in two different fields. For that, I have to give DD2 format. Now all the details are given, and I will click on OK. The feature class is created, and it has been automatically imported into arcmap. You can see the locations are on exact points, which means the coordinates have been converted correctly. Using the same method, we can convert the UTM coordinates into decimal degrees and create our shapefile. So for that we have to use the same tool and enter your GPS data. The coordinate system would be the same, and you have to give a separate name for the feature class. And here we have to change the coordinate format. For UTM there are two types, as UTM zones and UTM bands. If you are using zones, it should contain the north or south details, but in this case we are using the UTM band formats, where we are giving the UTM zone number. So these are the UTM zone numbers. So in this case the data is in UTM bands format. So I will select UTM bands. UTM is a single string coordinate system, so it is only in one field. I have to enter that field. The output coordinate system, I want them in decimal degree formats in two different columns. I will leave it as DD2 and click on OK. The feature class has been created and it has been automatically imported. And you can see the locations are correctly converted. If you check the attribute table, you can see the coordinates converted into decimal degrees. I hope now you have a good understanding of converting the coordinates into decimal degrees and creating your shapefile. One important thing is that the GPS data are in correct format so that arcmap can understand.